Hi, I'm Jonnie. I built out this van so that I could chase my dreams, and now I build them out for others so that they can chase theirs. Come check it out. So this is the second build that I've done. The goal on this one was to make it feel more homey since I'm full-time. And the bedroom area is super comfortable. The dinette area here, we had 5 people in here the other day playing cards. The Lagun table gives me ample space for playing cards, for eating, for work, but I also have a designated area up front that is mainly just for work. And then the kitchen area, microwave, refrigerator, and then my galley area. And we're gonna start by showing you the kitchen area. So coming in from the sliding door, I always knew that I wanted my galley here. I feel like it's a very popular van life thing to want to do your dishes and have the view. I did adjust the depth on my new build and I gave myself a lot more storage. This is an easy area to close in, and I feel like I did avoid that by going a little bit narrower and having the big open concept. What I found was the easiest place to put my hot water heater was underneath the sink. You don't have all the cleaners that you used when you owned a big house. Needing a whole lot less cleaning products left room the perfect amount for my water heater. But then it gave me a lot of space for drawer storage, and I felt like I was missing out on that on my first build. Whether it was my nursing uniforms or just a jacket or a raincoat, I wanted a place to hang up my stuff. So I made a little closet here, and because my toilet's across from it, it also handles my toilet paper roll too. I really was trying to maximize my storage and bringing the cabinets further down into the galley. It flows. I made them a little bit smaller, and then the basket, I just think that instead of another cabinet, I feel like the basket gives it the warm, cozy, homey feeling. So when it comes time to cook, I have a gas one. So I protect my counter surface with a placemat, and I put my gas one up here. I use that whether I'm just boiling water for coffee in the morning or I am cooking me a steak. The induction cooktop, I did have one for a while. I felt like it used more power than what I was willing to do for cooking a meal. I did get an air fryer as a gift, and I did bring that along because I actually found out that you can cook chocolate chip cookies in it 6 minutes and it doesn't use very much power at all. So a lot of meals that you want to just reheat, they don't take long, and the air fryer gives you that option. So between the air fryer and the gas one, that's what I had. That's my cook system. So across from the galley is the fridge and the microwave area. The refrigerator is from the old build. It's the Isotherm, and I love it. I've put chest refrigerators in so many builds, and then they regret it. The upright refrigerator, although they can be a little bit more costly, they are so much more functional. They're easier to regulate the temperature. A lot of people with a chest refrigerator, the stuff on bottom is frozen. It is 12 volt, it's AC or DC. It's also marine fridge, so I do not have to be on level ground to run this. The size is perfect. The refrigerator size, I could handle it a little bit smaller. I like the big freezer. I like to get a bulk of meat at one time and put it in there, and then I'm good to go for days on end. And then above that is the microwave, and I decided to put a microwave in this build because I rarely finish a cup of coffee before it gets cold, and every now and then you just want to turn that inverter on and then heat it up. The dresser area I brought over from my other build. I liked the use of the storage space with the big drawers. I did lower it because it just really is more functional for me at this height. It's easy for me to get ready. I can put my mirror on it. It's more counter space, and I kept the epoxy pour countertop that I did because I really, really loved that. This is kind of like my personal area where it's like the sentimental value. Everything personal goes there. And then the drawer storage, I only wanted 2 of them instead of all 4. That way I would have the option of putting my toilet area underneath there. So bringing it down, making it the perfect height for the toilet, and still having the storage drawers, just so much better for me this way. So underneath the dresser area, I have my toilet compartment, and I have the Ogo composting toilet, and I love this one because it has the button on the side that turns. You don't have to crank it like I had my old one. It's got an indicator light if the urine part gets full. It also has a air hose that hooks up to the back that goes through the bottom of the van. So there's no odor. Only have to change the compost about every 2 weeks, so it works perfect for me. And having it slid under there, I didn't have to make a special home for it. If you can 100% not see yourself doing the bucket method, then there's all kinds of different composting toilets, incinerator toilets, cassette toilets. There's a wide variety, but doing the go and throw method it just wasn't for me, and I love the composting toilet. So in the front of the van, I've got both seats swivel, so I wanted to utilize this area. The desk idea came from a build that I did, and I incorporated it into mine because it has a lot of storage space, and the top comes down, and then I can bring my computer up here. I've got plenty of room for a cup of coffee, and I've got an area where I can work and stay organized. I put a shelf on the top of it because I do travel with a few Momentums from my children, so it is perfect storage space. The actual desk itself does not get used a whole lot. The concept was great, and it does give me a place where I can put stuff and then close it, but I find myself so often lounging in the back or in the dinette area and using my Lagun table for my office needs. Not utilized as much as I thought it would, but I think I would keep it if I ever changed my design. So also up here in the front of the van, I wanted a curtain that I could put across. I sewed a dark color on the one side and then something aesthetically pleasing and warm and cozy to go with the rest of the build. I just hook it over to the other side, and it's privacy, it's warmth, it's multifunctional. And then the last thing up front is I have overhead storage, which most people call the pizza oven. I did cover it with a door because I didn't want all those items shifting and exposed. And then I also put storage in the floor, which acts as a step up into the front and a shoe compartment. So I love that, and it's become a quick favorite at the shop. So before the van, I was a nurse in the emergency room and in healthcare for 30 years, working in the ER. And I started travel nursing during COVID. The hospital that I was at, I felt like things were different every time I went to work because they were trying to figure COVID out. So I took a job travel nursing, so built out the van. I went to West Virginia for 6 months. I feel like a lot of people during COVID just kind of felt the stresses of nursing because it wasn't fun. It was a lot of stress. It was a lot of, how much longer can I do this? When I first started doing the van builds, the first one I did, it really turned out well. And then before that one was done, I already had another client. Things just started taking off. I probably had several builds done before I thought, I'm good enough at this that I could retire doing this instead of retiring doing nursing. I feel like a lot of the women that reach out to me, they have been a mother, they were a caregiver taking care of their parents. Relationship changes are often one, or retirement. And now they want freedom, whether it's for the rest of their life or whether it's just to see the world. It's just the next chapter, and traveling and finding community out here is their next road that they want to do, and they hire me to do the build. I think hearing it over and over and over and over again, how I was making a difference in people's lives by doing what I'm doing, I feel like that's that same draw that led me to the ER. I felt like I was making a difference, and I feel like being out there and hearing it repetitively, what a difference I was making in the van life movement was probably the biggest thing that I thought, this is it. I'm making a difference. I'm gonna keep doing it as long as I can do it. So my van, I bought it pre-COVID, which was huge. It was $36,000. It showed up with a little bit of roadside damage, so I did get $3,000 back. And I probably put about $20,000 into the build, into the original build. When I did the remodel, because I reused a bunch of stuff, except for some of the wood in that, I probably have about $2,300 into the remodel. And on a monthly basis, it really depends if I'm traveling or not, because I live in my van at my shop, so there's that gas cost. I probably spend close to $200 to $250 in food. I get an oil change a couple of times a year, and that's about $100. I've been very fortunate that I've never had any engine issues. I do think that everybody needs an emergency fund in case of a big emergency. Other than that, I really don't have a lot of expenses. Moving back from the kitchen is the dinette area, and the dinette area is so much more functional than using the two front swivel seats and a Lagun table for the dining area. Back here, I can seat more people. It works for another office area and for my dinner purposes. When I first designed this, I designed it where both beds, the lids lifted up. And honestly, it's like it worked, but then it didn't work. It's like you got to move this and move that. So I recently changed that again and made drawers underneath here. Being able to put the two drawers in there for all my sweatshirts, and that was perfect. Now this side of the bench, it lifts up as well. I didn't alter that at all, but this side has my 30-gallon water tank underneath it, so I really don't have to access that a lot. As for my Lagun table, this thing is very, very functional for me. I put it just like that, and late at night, have a bottle of water there. I put my phone there. The number one purpose is that I do use it for a nightstand area, and I find myself more often than not using this as my workstation. It's just more space. It's more comfortable than the office. I can sit in literally any one of these and use it. So I purposely elevated this dinette area because when I'm on the road, I have to carry tools with me, and I wanted to be able to stand here. So then that gave me about 7 inches underneath there. So in the back, I have a lot of area for my tools, and in front, I have a small drawer that I can store my electronics in that, maximizing the space in the van. All right, so moving back from the dinette area is the bedroom area. And the biggest change that I did with this area was I had the typical real high bed in the Ram ProMaster, and I just wanted it a lot lower. I didn't need all that garage space that I had before. At the end of the day, I climb into bed. I love ending my day watching a movie and just relaxing. And whether I'm on my computer, reading a book, doing a Sudoku puzzle, or watching TV, the bedroom area turned into a lot more frequent lounging area than I expected. The mattress is a 6-inch memory foam. In my old build, I had a 10-inch mattress because I felt travel nursing, I was gonna need that heavy-duty mattress, and it wasn't so. So I just bought a 6-inch off of Amazon, cut it, and it actually has worked perfectly. As far as the TV, that was on my list of things that I really didn't think I'd ever have in my van, but it's just a computer monitor, so it's USB. All I have is a Roku hooked up to it, and at the end of the day, I really just love to relax and watch a movie. And I can completely take it down, fits in the cabinet, and I can store it away, and it's no problem. One of the aspects of keeping the area warm and cozy and feeling like home was adding these upper cabinets. I wasn't able to do that with my old build because of the way the bed layout was. So dropping this bed and allowing me to add these cabinets are just super, super useful. The amount of storage that this gives me was just a huge game changer. The back cabinets are more for clothes, and I roll mine. I feel like rolling them allows for more space. So I roll my pants, my t-shirts, and I know that if I want to go out and buy a new sweatshirt or a t-shirt, that something's gonna have to go. Van life has to be about a balance. Being able to get rid of the stuff that doesn't have sentimental value, that doesn't have a place, and making space for the things that are important to you and that you do want to carry with you on the road and in your new home. The basket storage in the back actually was a gift. I love having an area in the bedroom where I can, just kind of store some stuff. It's like, a little nook for storing my stuff. And it's stuff that I need access to while I'm in bed. Sometimes if you're not level, sometimes you're sleeping at this end, sometimes you're sleeping at that end. So on both ends of my bed, I've got these touch lights. And if you just touch them, they're white. They dim, but if you hold them in, they turn blue. So it's actually a night light, and I'm not blinded by the bright light. These shades, they're blackout, and these really help control a lot of that air movement from these back doors. Having the screen, having the awning, and having that wind block and heat block, it really, I highly encourage it. I love the window screens. So because I'm on the road in January, February, I bring tools with me because I'm out here, I'm doing some small jobs. So it was important that when I designed this elevation that I could put tools under here. So I'm actually able to bring big tool boxes with me. A lot of people, when they're living this lifestyle, whether they've got a clam or an outdoor rug or an awning, they need a deep storage space. So each cabinet is actually 72 inches long so that the rug, the awning can all fit underneath here. And I actually can fit 2 of these 24-inch toolboxes in there. On this side, underneath there is my water tank, but the water tank doesn't come all the way to the back. Back here, I put an access so that I can fill my water tank easily. So back here I have a shower access. The old build had a full shower in it, and I just really felt like I wasn't using it enough and it wasn't worth the space. And I started using these shower accesses. You just quick connect a hose to it, and then I put a shower curtain up. And I made it so that I could see over it, but I wear a swimsuit when I shower, and I'm able to shower outside, and I'm not losing the living space inside the van for it. As far as my clients, my builds, my advice would be if you want your toilet inside the shower because you cannot go to the bathroom in front of anybody else and you want that shower to double as a privacy bathroom, that is one of the only reasons why I would take up the space that could be utilized for so much more, is the privacy of a bathroom. Because the showering, I know a lot of people that want showers and then they end up with a glorified closet. What we all have to remember is that we're all out there on different levels, and if you can just get the van and put in a sleeping platform of some kind and just take that first step, then you're one step closer to getting out there. It doesn't have to be an elaborate build to get out there, to have the confidence to do this, because there's so many people out here when you get here that are gonna help you with ideas and help you do and help you to achieve what it is that you sit at home and think about doing all these years waiting for your turn. So it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be the best. It just has to be step 1 and preparation for step 2. Thanks for watching the video. And if you are interested in getting a van built out, you can contact me at midwestvanbuilders@gmail.com. I do have a YouTube channel. We share a lot of our builds on there, and I share some of my travels. It's Jonnie's Journey. We're gonna put links to both of those below. I post occasionally on Instagram and Facebook as well. Thanks for watching.